Hi everyone, it's Nicola. How are you all doing? I'm here with another Beauty Empties video, and this is for the month of May. Annoyingly, I was well into this video. Time was of the essence because my daughter is sleeping right now, and somehow I managed to pause the video and stop it. And I don't know how to. Well, my editing is rubbish. I don't edit, so I just go and do it. And it stopped the video, which is really annoying. So here I am restarting. So without further ado, I'm going to crack on because my daughter's asleep and I don't want her to wake up. I've got a mix of skincare, hair care, vitamins, body care. The most exciting bit is always skincare for me. Let's see how we get on, where we get to. Yeah, gutted I just lost that footage, but never mind. Here we are. Please bear with me. Hair care. I got this in the FabFitFun sale, edit sale, when I was subscribed. This is the R&Co Bel Air Smoothing Conditioner, 1000 mils, absolutely massive. And unfortunately, it lasted so long, it became joyless, and I didn't think it was amazing. I got it because it was cheap on that site. It isn't something I'd rush out to go repurchase. This is paraben sulfate free, petroleum mineral oil free, cruelty and gluten free, vegan, and it's got UV protection. Yeah, I had this for ages and it was just massive, so I was so pleased to get rid of it out of my collection. And I finished this shampoo last month, I believe, or in recent months anyway. Right, vitamins. Haribo Orange, Toy Story Calcium Vitamin C, Bones for, and Teeth for Kids, 3+. And this is 60 of the character shaped strawberry flavoured softies. Can't go wrong. They're on to the next one now. They enjoy them. That's all there is to say about that. Simprove. I've got 3 of these pineapple flavour. If you've seen my last videos, you know that I've had these and I wasn't a fan of them. So what is this? It is Live and Active Bacteria. It's a water-based food supplement. They're £39. I think it's for a month's supply, $39.99. I paused my subscription because of the price. Wasn't sure what I wanted to do about it. And I think because I had some that I needed to get through first. But I paused it, forgot to cancel it, and it's just taken my money out, which is a big lot of money when I'm on maternity leave. I'm returning soon, later this summer, but still, you know, when you're not sure if you want to continue. I do feel it helped with bloating. Unfortunately, I think I had a bad stomach bug when I've been on these, which kind of didn't give me confidence in it, but I do think it's helped with immunity. So it says it's got live and active bacteria and vitamin C. It's fermented to a level of at least 10 billion CFUs, whatever that means. It's got vitamin C, supports normal function of the immune system, and yeah, 500 mils. So I've now got another one coming. The pineapple flavour was absolutely disgusting. Don't recommend that. And I think I've now got, it's like passion fruit and raspberry, maybe, something like that. So yeah, there we go. So I've got another bunch coming. So then I think I really decide what I want to do about that. The other vitamins that I'm using, but I have finished this, stopped the subscription, is Wild Nutrition. And I've stopped it because I've got some stored up that I need to get through. And I've got like the pregnancy or new mum prescription. So once I stop breastfeeding, then I'll stop taking those. But yeah, I've probably got a few months supply, if I'm honest. And I just need to get through those. Anyway, deodorant. I like to use Fussy and Wild deodorant, is it I'm thinking of? The Wild one I find is messy, but I do find it performs better. But I do find them a bit of a faff. And every now and then, I don't think aerosols are supposed to be good, are they, for you? But I think there's cautions around using aerosols. But with excuse me, with links to cancer and stuff, so I'm not too sure. But I like to use them, which sounds crazy now I'm saying it. I like to use them every now and again, especially in summer, kind of feel a bit fresher and so on. Anyway, this is the Dove Classic Fresh 48 hours long-lasting fragrance, and this was in 300 mils. And I do like Dove. I think Dove is a brand that people always come back and forth to, isn't it? So I do like Dove and got through that fine. Neil's Yard Remedies. This is invigorating hair and body wash with the energising aroma of organic grapefruit, bergamot and bay to invigorate your senses. 200 mils. So this is a very masculine scent, and I don't think it's one that's been targeted at men, but I think it did come as part of a man's bundle. I think I got from my husband last Father's Day. No feedback from him, but yeah, I like Neil's Yard. Spenny, but it's a nice treat. So hopefully he appreciated that. Then I've got the LMS Skin Nourishing Shower Cream, enriching shower cream for dry skin, milk protein, jojoba, oat, cleanses, conditions, softens, 300 mils. Let's just smell it for nostalgia. It's lovely. It's their, I guess, staple. It just smells so creamy and nice. It's their staple scent, isn't it? So not particularly exciting, but very comforting and nice. It's got milk protein, camellia, macadamia and jojoba oils. And yeah, it's just very nourishing. So that is done. And then to accompany that, I've got the Skin Nourishing Velvet Body Butter in 100 mils. And it's supposed to be soothing. Again, really lovely. I've definitely got through the moisturiser a lot quicker. So that is that. A random candle. I got this from Look Fantastic. It was a advent calendar, I think year before Christmas, just gone. And this is in Wintertime by Airy, I believe. Oh, so lovely. That's smells like nutmeg, cinnamon, which aren't always my favourite scents. Obviously a very kind of wintry Christmas scent, but this was really delightful, very nice. Very lovely. Hair care that I forgot. Clairol, I think is the brand. Colour Gloss Up, Rose All Day, Instant Expressive Colour, Colour Transformation for Pre-Lightened Hair, True to Tone Fading, Rich Conditioner, Shea Butter and Argan Oil, 130 mils. I don't think this is, I was going to say, is it semi-permanent? I'm not really sure. Oh, lasts up to 4 applications. Oh, up to 4 applications, sorry. Lasts 15 plus washes. And that's based on platinum bleached hair. So this is the colour. I'd really like to kind of go and just have a bit of a kind of pinky undertone or overtone, and that's what it kind of says. So maybe it's a bit brighter than I'd want to be, but I guess you know, when you have kind of not red hair, not ginger hair, but that kind of autumnal warmth. I don't like warmth when you get it in highlights where actually it just needs to be brought down and made more ashy, and there's a kind of back and forth when you get highlighted hair. So I do highlight my hair. I haven't for a good while, hence the regrowth. But I'm increasingly getting more grey here, although it doesn't look too bad, I don't think, at the moment. And because it's that time of year, it's getting into summer, my hair gets naturally lighter anyway. But the issue that I'm getting is, it doesn't look so bad today, but my ponytail, I've got 4 kids, exhausted, run ragged, no time to do my hair, always just tie it up. So it's a bit pointless even probably dyeing my hair, but I'm conscious of the greys creeping in around the front. But my ponytail is just getting really dry. So there's also kind of postpartum issues probably in the mix, although that's getting better. I lost a lot of hair, kind of postpartum hair loss this time. My daughter is actually going to be 1 this month now. Yeah, 1 this month. So yeah, obviously it's been, you know, almost a year since. But yeah, I lost a lot of hair, more than I ever have. And I had got a full head of highlights. I've stopped that. Obviously it's a lot darker, but yeah, this bit was getting so dry. It's not as bad now. But Mary from, I think Mary Does Hair is her handle, is an amazing hairdresser. She's moving out of area, sadly, so won't be able to do my hair anymore. So I've gone to Headmasters for a cut, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the colour. I'll try not to ramble too much, but somebody else I watched on YouTube, I can't remember what her name is. She has blonde hair, and she so she box dyes it kind of a platinum type colour, and then she uses like pink hair dyes over, or pink toners, not really sure how to describe it, which just kind of gives it a bit of oomph, and you know, kind of pink blend throughout. It looks very lovely. And I know I will regret, I'm sure, if I box dye my hair, it will just make it dry and it's kind of come a long way with the grow out and things. But I like how she's kind of done her hair. But when I'm looking online at some of the box dyes, so she's also done it with a very blonde colour that has the kind of pink throughout. And I think it's L'Oreal, maybe they're kind of rosé gold type colours. I've been considering it, and I was getting to the point where I was so frustrated. I thought my hair is so dry anyway, why don't I just do this? So I've been contemplating it. But I feel like my hair has kind of turned the corner with not being so dry, being more manageable. I definitely don't wash it as much anymore. And again, that's probably just kind of time and essence. So that's probably helped. But yeah, it's just this bit is, you know. Anyway, last time I went to Headmasters, and the guy who cut my hair, he was saying they do like a summer highlights. He said, you know, with the summer it being lighter, maybe just to do that. And I think he was saying, you know, you probably only just need like 6 highlighters at the front. But the summer highlights package they do, it's got 8 highlights. So maybe I'll do that. And I was thinking over the summer, but maybe I'll just wait until kind of September time. I don't know. So sorry I'm rambling. I'll tell you about my hair now in an Empties video. But I'm definitely on a journey with my hair somewhat with the colour. I'm not really sure what to do, and I don't want to be too hasty. I'm also against kind of time and everything else that, yeah, not really sure what I'm doing. Open suggestions. I'll move on because I'm rambling. And I'm also like conscious that my daughter's going to wake up and then I'll just have to stop. So let's see where I get to. Hopefully I can finish. I forgot to say, I might have mentioned it, but I didn't show you, the Wild Nutrition Pregnancy and New Mother Multi-Refill Pack. This is energy support, cell division, immune support, folic acid. I'm still breastfeeding, which is why I get these, but I've cancelled that subscription now because that is expensive. When I first tried to cancel it a few months ago, they gave me a discount, and I think it was 30% maybe for the next, I can't remember exactly, I think it was maybe 30% for the next 3 orders. So I continued because I will still be breastfeeding my daughter. Well, anytime from this now we got to a year, like, yeah, I don't know why, but in my head, anytime from now, when she wants to stop, will stop. I don't think she's in any intention to stop. It's definitely reducing. But yeah, I don't feel like I perhaps need to focus. And these were expensive. So as I might be coming to the end of my breastfeeding journey with her, I've got a few backups. I'm going to get through those and then review, but I don't want them to keep coming in, and they're expensive. So I could always resubscribe if I wanted to, or just, you know, see what other options there are in somewhere like Boots. Because, yeah, they're a lot of money. It's like, you know, about £56 or something like that, rings a bell. Right, one makeup item, and then it really is skincare. This is the Revolution Faux Effect Lash Wide-Eyed Mascara. This is well beaten up. It's a black Revolution Pro. I don't know if that makes any difference. Yeah, wouldn't recommend, wouldn't purchase. I thought this was going to be a real like falsifying lash effect type mascara. And it's a plastic wand. I prefer the kind of brush bristles. Plastic wand. And it was so basic. It was definitely not volumizing. It was like kind of barely there mascara, if I'm honest. So I would not repurchase and I wouldn't recommend it. But was happy to try. But yeah, not wowed at all. Quite the opposite, if I'm honest. Right, let's do cleansers, shall we, first? That's one is very sticky. Actually, let me get all my bits out and then I can start to try and put them in as we go. If you don't know, skincare really is my absolute fave item. Oh, there's a sneaky product that I didn't see. It's popped in here, which isn't skincare, but it's only one. Right. Okay. This, I believe I got in a Caroline Hirons Kitmas bag. If you know, you know. I love Caroline Hirons kit bags, Kitmases. Get such great deals, get to try different products at great prices. They're still expensive as packages. But yeah, and she really knows her stuff about skincare, so it's amazing to be able to get, I guess, kind of access to discounted products by an expert in the field. It's just amazing. So yeah, I am really a fan. This is the Emma Hardy Moringa Light Cleansing Gel. This is lightweight daily cleanser, so cleansing balm. It's a lighter one with a pump. It says purifies and helps to balance oily skin, hydrates and moisturizes. This is 100 ml. Some people really love the moringa scent. I do like moringa scent, but I find it quite heavy in the Emma Hardy. So not a favourite for mine. I like it every now and then. But this one, this is such gross packaging. I'll just try and show you. Unfortunately, I dropped this, or it fell off in my kind of bath / shower. And it kind of broke the lid off, and I could never get it to pump again. So then I was having to go like that, and it's just disgusting, got everywhere. And it was fine, but I wouldn't purchase this. If I was going to get one, I'd just get the balm. I'm sure I'll use that one again, but I wouldn't go out of my way to purchase it. I'd use it, but the packaging for me, unfortunately, although I dropped it, was not drop proof. So yeah, shame. Going to the other end of the spectrum, I've got a Lacura Rose Cleansing Balm, and this is the lightweight makeup remover for all skin types, 90 grams. This is the first one, so this is a dupe, obviously, and I believe of the LMS. These are really cheap, and, you know, it's not the same quality at all. It really isn't. You know, quite a synthetic rose smell. But, you know, I don't know how much these are, about £6 or something, are they? It's fine, does the job. I wanted to try the original dupe, which is a knockoff of the Emma Hardy one. I would like to try that just to see. But yes, I would pick up again. You don't see these very often, so you know, it wasn't a luxurious, amazing. It's quite a nice scent, and but it was fine. It did the job. It cleansed, it took off makeup, SPF. Another one I got from Caroline Hiron's kit bundles. This is a really old one, actually. This is the Medicate Lipid Balance Cleansing Oil Anti-Pollution Transforming Cleanser, 140 mils. There we go, Medicate. It's got Caroline's design around the edge. I mean, it was fine, but I really wasn't wowed, and I wouldn't repurchase this. I do like Medicate, but yeah, a bit joyless, if I'm honest. And I know people love it, but yeah, it was fine. There's definitely cleansers I prefer to this, so I'd use this as a second cleanse, as a first cleanse as part of second cleanse. So I'd use this to get off makeup and SPF. I liked it that it had a pump, but the oil I felt was just quite thick. But yeah, not a really kind of luxurious, pleasurable experience, to be honest. And that is all I've got for cleansers. I've got a couple of sheet masks. I've got one which is Patchology, and this is a rose sheet mask. Strawberry extract, hyaluronic acid, 28 mils. Unfortunately, packaging's got quite dirty, but that's that. Hopefully you can see it. And that was nice. I enjoyed that. And then randomly, my husband took our son to a kids' party, a 5-year-old's kid party. And it was a very nice one, and they actually gave out the parents goodie bags. So they had a pack of candy kittens in each of the parents goodie bags, and also these eye masks. So really random, but really lovely, really thoughtful. And this is the Grace and Stella Everything is Better in Pink moisturising eye masks. Yeah, I don't know what to say, but it was lovely to be very thoughtful. Don't know what the kind of male parents would have thought of it. I didn't even give Ollie, my husband, the choice or option to try this. I took full advantage. I enjoyed them. I did notice they did slip down, and they're also the kind of things I never really get to do now because I just don't have the time away from kids. Just to be able to relax like that. But I put them on, came down around the kids, and it was fine. But yeah, do enjoy sheet masks and eye masks, but don't really get to make time to do them. Right, a couple of kind of toners and essences. We've got the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow PHA and BHA Pore Tight Toner. This is okay. What I would say is that when you open these, you just have to use them straight away because they go funky. They can go cloudy, bitty, a bit gritty, which it did happen to this towards the end. I still used it all up. It's only got 6 months from opening lifespan. Yeah, it was fine. I wouldn't repurchase, I don't think, but I'd use it again, and purely just because they don't last very well. Then I've got, it's called the Fat Water by Fenty Skin. Unfortunately, the kind of writing has come off. And this is the Pore Refining Toner Serum. So I'd use this kind of like a 2-in-1 with essence as well. And that was really nice, 50 mils. Did enjoy that. I had that in my wash bag and then just got rid of it. I've lost the sprayer. My daughter, I have my Empties basket in this room, and my daughter, who's crawling around, goes into the basket and enjoys getting the stuff out. And sometimes she manages to untwist things, and a bit worrying, but this was a glass bottle and she's uncapped, taken the cap off somehow, and I managed to get it back, and she's done it again, and I've obviously lost it. But this is the Zellen's Pro Vitamin D3 Fortifying Mist, 50 mils. So unfortunately lost the spray mister. This has a 6 months expiry upon opening. Really like Zellen's as a brand. It's a really great brand you can trust. It is expensive. I picked this up in TK Maxx and it was £14. So, not cheap, but for Zellen's it is cheap, if that makes sense. I enjoyed using it. It was slightly kind of had, I guess, like an oily feel, but not in like a oily, like it feels heavy. It was just like really enriching, nourishing, hydrating. So really enjoyed that. I'd pick it up if I saw it again in TK Maxx, and I don't know if they make this anymore, which is maybe why it was going cheap. Another spray I've got is by Tatcha, the Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. Again, this was in a kit mist from Caroline. This is 40 mils. I did enjoy this. I thought I would love this a lot more than I did, however. It kind of reminds me of the Pixie Milky kind of toner spray. Yeah, I don't know why did I not... I mean, it's lovely, bougie, gorgeous packaging. Like, what can you say? It's absolutely stunning. Nothing to not like about it. I think maybe it was just because it was, expensive. And, yeah, there's a lot on the market now that, like the Pixie one stands out in my mind, kind of similar. Maybe I need to try that one and then compare. But I have got another one, but it's not one that I thought absolutely, I'm completely in love with it. I really enjoyed it. I'm not sure I would go out my way to repurchase this at this point at the pay price compared to like the Pixie Milky spray toner. We'll see. I might eat my words on that. Well, that was the cap for that. So there we go. Then another Zellen's product. This is the Power E Vitamin E Concentrate. Again, Caroline Hiron's Kitmas. 30 mils, moisturising and protecting. Really good, decent moisturising serum. It really was. Not amazing smell, but yeah, just really hydrating and nourishing, calming to the skin. So it was great for that. But it's kind of, yeah, great if you're just really dehydrating. Dry skin is a problem. I'd say that's amazing. That's what I really kind of noticed about that. A few more serums. I've got a couple of vitamin C ones. One that I had in my wash bag is Daily Vitamin C by Omravisca. 5 mils, fine. What can I say from a 5 mil sample, really? But lovely brand, expensive brand. Something else from Caroline Hiron's was the Allies of Skin 20% vitamin C, brighten and firm. Says to use daily, AM, PM. Waterless base, 20% vitamin C. Protect, brighten and firm skin daily with this serum. Shake well. Blah, blah, blah. After cleansing and misting, apply all over. AM and PM. Made in America. Once opened, use within 12 months. And this had quite a short life expiry. Maybe not too short, but that's why I had to really start to get through this, because the time was upon me before it expired. This felt very thick, quite heavy, you know, oily feel to it. Like it was, I don't know if you can see it. It doesn't look like oil, but it felt that way. Oh, wow. Look, that's just clumped out there. This was heavy, and you know, I do have sensitive skin, but not like that severely. And yeah, I really don't like the texture. It's really, really heavy. This is supposed to be good for pigmentation, I believe, but even now, it's, I don't know if you can see that, it's it would take ages to sink in, so you'd really have to have time before you needed to leave to be able to let this sink in before applying other products. But my issue was I could not use this daily. My skin was far too sensitive, and I'd have real kind of breakouts in I can't think how to phrase it right now, but really red skin, where it had been kind of over treated, I guess, shall we say. So even if I try and build up to, say, doing it 3 times a week, my skin couldn't tolerate it, to be honest. I wouldn't repurchase that. I had 2 bottles of that. I've used one before. Yeah, I think unless you've got skin like leather, perhaps you're not going to get on with that. You know, my skin can kind of tolerate things, but it didn't tolerate that well at all. It wasn't a great experience. Just very heavy. Yeah, I'm not really sure who that would suit, if I'm honest. If you've got severely dry skin, I've got dry skin now. You know, my skin is mature, but that was just, yeah, I don't know if you can see now. It's just really felt very thick, and that's with hardly anything on it, really. Just, yeah, heavy, greasy, and made my skin extremely sensitized. Right, get in there. Boots, I've got 2 serums. One is hyaluronic acid and the other one is collagen, both 30 mils. This is like their basic range, but I have to say I was really impressed. And I would use both of these again. If you're on a budget, especially, I would highly recommend. Really enjoyed both of these. I would repurchase. I do like to be a bit bougie with my skincare. But yeah, like in terms of the hyaluronic acid, some, you know, you can get cheaper brands and if you're quite tacky and sticky. No, this one didn't. Was really lovely. Both perfect. Really would recommend those and would repurchase. I like scent in mine. Not everyone does, but just for a basic what you need serum for hydration or plumping, these are fabulous and I'd highly recommend those. Then I've got 1 eye cream, 3 SPFs and 1 moisturiser and a hand cream left. Boots ingredient, caffeine cream, 15ml. So this was the other Boots from that basic brand. It was, I think, a Christmas present. I had those 2 serums, this eye cream, maybe a cleanser. Oh yeah, I have got a cleanser. Actually, the cleanser I'm not keen on. That will come up in another Empties, but cleansing balm. It reminds me of the Inky List Oat Balm Cleanser in that kind of thickness, basic, joyless kind of way. But yeah, I haven't been thrilled with that. Want to get that through my collection. And then I think I've got, maybe it's a sleep mask I've got. I haven't got through that yet, and that's okay. But yeah, this is a caffeine eye cream. Didn't really notice kind of particularly caffeine you know, impact on my eyes. Unfortunately, mine are hereditary, kind of got very dark circles, and just exhausted mum. I don't think this did anything amazing. It says it leaves skin around the eyes feeling refreshed, moisturised and smoother. Yes, it did all those. Not really sure about the refreshed part, and it was fine, but I kind of feel I need heavy duty on my eyes. And eye creams, it's very hard, isn't it, to say if they do anything, and ones that are actually that amazing. So it was fine, probably good for younger skin, 20 years younger than mine, but it, you know, it was fine. I wouldn't rush out to get this, but I'd happily use it again. The LMS Pro Collagen Marine Cream SPF 30 PA+++. This is a 15ml, you know, deluxe sample size. Love LMS. This is lovely. This is one that I'd use in less kind of hot weather conditions, you know, more during the winter really, to use a sun cream combined with moisturiser. Otherwise I usually use them separately. But yeah, I love Embla Mist, love the smell. I really got into them recently, and then I kind of moved away trying other stuff again. I'll just drop that. But yeah, I can't get anything out of that. Yeah, lovely. Expensive but lovely. Yes, SPFs now. Right. One from Ultra Sun. And this is the SPF 50 UVB, UVA, PA+++, high protection, UVA absorbance 90%, face moisturising, anti-aging, sun protection for sensitive skin, water resistant. It's made in Switzerland. Ultra Sun is a great sun care brand, SPF, sun cream. It's 25 mils. Sample size, maybe I got this in Look Fantastic or something. It's got infrared blue light as well, apparently. Now, if I get SPF for my face, I get SPF 50. I don't bother with 30. And I definitely think I've had a SPF 50 from Ultra Sun, which is quite thick and heavy. So it's good if you're actually going away to just relax in the sun, which obviously you shouldn't do anyway, but you know what I mean. This didn't feel, you know, too heavy. It was bearable, but I would just want it as 30 with that texture feeling, if that makes sense, you know. So yeah, I did enjoy that, but I wouldn't pre-purchase 30. One that I really did not enjoy, and this is, thank God, the last one I've got in my collection. I had two, and this was a Caroline Hirons. I think it was the Jetaway or something like that. I think that's where I got this in. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's some kind of kit with her. And this is the Ultraviolet SPF 50 Fave Fluid Ultralight Skin Screen Lotion. Very high protection, UVB and UVA, broad spectrum, 75 mils. I've got through one of these before. Very light, which is lovely. Extremely drying. Leave your skin feeling very tacky. Yeah, horrible feeling. Horrible feeling. Would not recommend this. Would not repurchase it. Very drying. You know, fine. I know it looks disgusting and messy, but nice applicator, very thin and runny, but just left my skin feeling very tacky. It was not one that you'd want to be even reapplying. It was, yeah, very drying, but very tacky at the same time. Yeah, let me know if you've tried that and what your thoughts are. Then one that I quite liked in a strange way from Ultraviolet. This is SPF 50, and this is the Lean Screen Mineral Mattifying fragrance-free skin cream, UVA and UVB broad spectrum 50ml. So Australian brand Ultraviolet, and I think they have had issues with one of their sun screens. I can't remember what one it is. Is it the Queen screen, or I get confused with them, which is quite a heavy, greasy one actually. Very kind of overly shiny, as I say, shining like a disco ball here. But yeah, apparently the standards were not as advertised. But anyway, this is the Ultraviolet Mattifying SPF, which is not one I would have picked for my skincare. This came with some kind of gift with purchase, or maybe Cult Beauty, or ages ago, so long ago. And it was quite drying, but it worked well under makeup. And what I liked actually is that it's all, the packaging went funny actually. As you can see, it all kind of oozed out, but it was like a really lovely, like a skin tint. And I've never tried sunscreens like that have actually worked, whereas this one, it did. Just, yeah, randomly putting a little bit left there on it. Haven't got it on today, otherwise I've got a different one on, but yeah, so I liked it. I wouldn't repurchase because I don't think it's best suited to my skin type, but I was pleasantly surprised by it. And then the very last thing I've now got is just a hand cream, and this is by Crabtree and Evelyn in London. And this is the Citron Honey and Coriander Ultra Moisturising Hand Therapy, 25 grams. These are nice. I got loads of these from like a Costco set, which had, I don't know, like about 10 or 12 or something in them. And they've taken me forever to get through, so they must be well out of date by now, which still getting through them. On the topic of honey, Let me know your thoughts about honey being a like acting as an antihistamine. My little boy is 5 years old and has had really struggled with hay fever for the first time this year, actually, really badly, where his eyes would swell up. We all get hay fever, unfortunately, me and my husband. So it's inevitable. Kids are probably going to struggle, but and they are doing so. You know, very snotty, hay fevery, sneezy symptoms, and it really kind of flared up in his eyes, especially when he's rubbing his eyes and so on. And our kids they go horse riding, and at stables, one of the other mums said, "Oh, you must try local honey," and that her daughter, who's now in her 20s, used to be the same at their age, and local honey is what's really made the difference. So do let me know, is that something that you've experienced, have any knowledge or recommendations on? After that, we tried a few different places to get local honey, and they were all sold out, so we haven't even been able to do that yet. So Puriton has got us through. But yeah, something we still need to think about and try. Anyway, very long video. Hope you did enjoy. Please do like and subscribe. Drop me a comment. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.